This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. We are discussing about SSRS, okay? Reporting services. So, reporting services does not store data anywhere. Reporting services needs data from different data sources. The data source could be any application. It could be getting from one more database, or maybe getting from Excel sheets, maybe getting the data from SAP or X or Y or Z, or it could be Cube or a data warehousing itself. So you can have anything. So that's what we discussed, and we spoken about what is SSRS and all about, and how to create a project. If you wanted to create SSRS reports, and you must install SSRS in your computer. I think you can reach my team if you need a software installation to be done, right? So these are their numbers. The first number is mine, and these two are the WhatsApp number. Complete three numbers are WhatsApp numbers. You should be able to reach them clearly whenever you have any kind of an issue. And you can also mail them at info at goonlinetrainings.com if you wanted to, go there. Clear? So, and if you need software, you can also speak to them today and get it done, because we're going to be starting lab sessions and you cannot delay it further. Clear? You can also write them. You can also, phone them, or, WhatsApp them. So today I'm going to show you how to create SSRS project. It's very, very simple. Go to start. Okay. So what is that I'm going to be discussing now? How to create SSRS project. So this is what we're going to be doing it now. Go to start, you say dev environment, and then press what? Enter. Okay. If you wanted to create a project, what is the tool you should have? Dev environments. Let me go to start, say dev env. When I click on dev env, I will be able to get, I can see Visual Studio 2017 software. In bracket, it is called as SSDT. Clear? So it is going to be opening Visual Studio. It is telling me SSDT. SSDT means what? It is SQL Server Data Tools. Okay. So this is the software we're going to be using. When you press the VNV, you will be able to get what is called as the Visual Studio. Okay. Visual Studio is called as SSDT. What is SSDT? SQL Server Data Tools. Now, in this, we are going to be creating not only SSRS, but also SSIS and SSAS. Clear? So how to create SSRS or SSIS or SSAS project with the help of this software only. What is the software called as? It is dev environment software called as SSDT software. So SQL Server Data Tool software to create MSBI projects. The project could be SSRS project, SSIS project, or it could be SSAS project. Am I clear? So this is what you need to use it. So I'm going to be creating now SSIS project. Clear? So how to create SSRS project? Sorry. So go to start, say dev env, dev env. Then when you choose this, you should be able to get a Visual Studio. So some number will be there. Forget about this number 15, 16, 2000. Forget about the number. So you will see SSDT. SSDT means what? SQL Server Data Tools. You need to click on this. So if you don't install SSDT, you don't get it. So make sure you install SQL Server, 2017 or 2019. So when you install SQL Server 2017 or 2019, you will get two softwares. One is called SSMS. The second software is called SSDT. Okay. SSMS means it is for SQL Server 2. It is RDBMS software. SSDT, it is MSBI software. So here we can create SSIS and SSAS and SSRS. So, this one. So when you install SQL Server 2019, 2017, versions, you will be installed with the two components. One is called SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. This is what is called RDBMS. Clear? SSDT software when you install it. So this is MSBI. So these two are mixed with a single the software installation. Clear? There are two components that need to be installed whenever you install SQL Server 2017 or 2019. You need to have a Windows 10 in your computer so that we can have Windows 10 Home is not going to work. Windows 10 Professional, you need to have it. Windows 10 Professional. Windows 10 Home is not going to work. Am I clear? So when you install, you will be able to get RDBMS software. This is RDBMS software. This is MSBA software. So remember this. Clear? Now, how to create SSRS project? Go to start. So say dev env. That's it. Now click on this. It's opening a Visual Studio, which is a .NET software. Clear, guys? Visual Studio is a .NET software. So using this .NET software, we create SSIS and SSRS and SSAS. You need not know .NET, but you should know that it is a .NET software. This software is created with the help of a .NET. Even even SQL Server is created with the help of C++, Java, .NET only. Clear? Even your Excel, do you know what is this? How this is created? Excel is created today with the help of a .NET only. But you don't know what is a .NET, right? But you should know that Excel is also a software which is created using a .NET. Clear? So now even Visual Studio that we have opened, this is MSBA software where I can create SSRS projects, SSIS project, SSASQ projects. Now after this, what you do? You have to go to file, new project. That is what you should do. So once you open this, you go to file, new, then I say project. So go to file, new project. Now here we have analysis services. When you see, I told you there are two types of analysis services. One is called multi-dimensional cube. The second one is called a tabular cube. If you're planning to learn Power BI, this cube is very, very important. Okay. So in a single computer, we cannot have a multi-dimensional cube as well as a tabular cube. Remember this. If you want to install, MSBA, or especially when you're installing SSAS, clear? When you install MSBA, there are three things you need to install, right? Especially when you're installing analysis, it will ask you what component you wanted to install. Do you need a multi-dimensional? Do you need a tabular? If you use a tabular, you will not be able to create a multi-dimensional project in that computer. But if you go in for a multi-dimensional, you cannot create a tabular projects. Clear? So it is at the time of installation you need to choose. In MSBI, we're going to be choosing multi-dimensional. My team is going to be installing only multi-dimensional. You cannot create a tabular once multi-dimensional is installed in your computer. Again, you need to format it, or you need to remove complete SSAS and again install tabular model. So this is one thing that you should know. Clear? Then reporting services. Then we have a business intelligence means integration services. Clear? So this software is equipped with three things. One is called what? One is called integration SSIS, reporting, then analysis services. Now I have installed with that multi-dimensional model. Clear? So I cannot create a tabular project. Clear? Because I did not install tabular at the time of installing SSAS. But if you wanted to create a tabular model with Power BI, you have to check at the time of installation this option, not this option. Clear, guys? So Power BI people are going to be using a tabular model. What is a tabular model? Which is a cube. Okay, it's going to be taking the data from a data warehousing, which is going to be creating a proper cube. I told you, right? So normally we get the data from OLTP. Okay, OLTP data will go to where? Data warehousing. So you have a data warehouse. After data warehouse will store the data, but somebody has to process the data. You can create a cube. Now, what cube you're going to be creating, that you need to know today. Okay. So data warehouse is a database, large database. OLTP is a small database. Clear? Now, this is the cube. What cube you wanted to use? If you wanted to create a tabular cube tomorrow means, now you should install this option today. Clear? So then you connect this cube with the Power BI, because many Power BI developers are going to be creating a reports with tabular cube. So what language you write? You write a DAX language to get the data from tabular cube. DAX means data analytical expressions. Clear? But I can create a data warehouse. It is there. So I will take one more computer. In that computer, I installed multi-dimensional cube. Clear? So the same computer I can install. I will take one more computer. So this is what is called multi-dimensional cube I create. Okay. So now this I'm going to be using in my SSRS. Clear? So multi-dimensional means it is going to be using MDX expression, multi-dimensional expressions. Clear? So Power BI people who wanted to get the data from a data warehousing, you can also get data directly like this without having a cube. Or even SSRS people also get without having a cube, without having multi-dimensional cube. Or we can also get the data directly from OLTP. Even Power BI can also get the data directly from from OLTP. OLTP you can use get the data warehousing you can use get the data, and you can create a cube and get the data. I told you data warehousing data is raw data. For example, if I have 10 and 20, the 10 and 20 will get aggregated either in tabular cube or in the multi-dimensional cube. Okay. So I'm talking about two numbers here. If you have billions of rows, aggregations will take time. Aggregations means the summing. If we have 10, rows, so 10 plus 20, 20 plus 20, 20 plus 30, 30 plus, 40. If I wanted to sum those four rows, it will take time. But if I have data warehouses collection of a large amount of data, you will have billions of rows. I wanted to aggregate the data, or I wanted to find out what is the average sales in India, what is the average total sales in America, what is the total sales in Dubai, what is the total sales in all over the world across 5 years. So if you need this much of a data to be aggregated or summarized, definitely only data warehouse cannot do that. Data warehouse is going to store the data, cube is going to be aggregating the data. Clear? So that's what you need to understand. So either you can create a tabular cube or you can create a multi-dimensional cube. Any cube you can have it. Tabular cube is going to store the aggregated data in the RAM, and multi-dimensional cube is going to be storing the aggregated data in the disk. Disk means what? Hard disk. So this is going to be a bit slower when you compare it to tabular model, because tabular model cubes are going to store the data in the RAM. So getting the data from the RAM is very easy and very faster when you compare it to getting the data from multi-dimensional cubes. This is only the difference. Apart from that, there are small differences are available. If you have more amount of data, then go in for multi-dimensional cube. If you have small amount of data available, then you can go in for the tabular cube. Something like this. We have lot of other things. Clear, guys? Now, many Power BI people are using this one. Power BI also can get the data from this one. So any reporting tool can get the data from anywhere. Clear? So Power BI also can get the data from multi-dimensional cube, something like this. Clear? So all these things you should know before attending the Power BI class. Clear? So tabular model is very important, and creating a cube will take maximum of 1 or 2 classes. Maximum 2 classes you can create a tabular cube, and 2 classes you can create a multi-dimensional cube. Creating a cube is very simple. Clear? You should not think that cube is very complex. Reports are very complex. Power BI is very complex. Nothing is complex. Only complex thing is SQL Server. Okay, that you should know clearly. And MSBI is not so complex as you think of. Clear? It is a drag and drop tool. Power BI is also a drag and drop tool. Now I wanted to create today SSRS project. Now I have opened this, go to file, new project. So I'm not going to be, working on SSIS leave. I'm going to be choosing this. Okay. If you need analysis, then you can choose one of them. Clear? So definitely I create a multi-dimensional project. But if you join Power BI, the trainer is going to be creating a tabular project to you, and he will be installed a tabular, at the time of installing analysis services in his machine or in her machine. Even you people have to uninstall tabular, multi-dimensional if you're, planning to create a tabular cubes. Clear, guys? All these you should know clearly. You cannot install SSAS multi-dimensional model, SSAS tabular model. You can install only one thing at the time of installation. My teams by default they're going to be installing this, but if you're a Power BI guy, you ask them, you tell them clearly, hey team, I need a tabular model to be created in my computer. So you tell them clearly. Now, I am not going to be, talking about analysis now. I'm going to be using reporting services. There are two types of templates are available. One is called project. The second one is called wizard. Wizard can be used to create very, very simple reports, not very complex reports. I don't want to use Wizard. I wanted to create a complex reports. Now I'm going to be using this. Clear? So choose reporting services, choose this. Now give the name of the project. SSRS underscore demos. Now I say today is March that let me say it is almost coming to April, right? Let me say April 1st. Almost, we are reaching, so I'm giving say April 1st, so some date we can give. Now I wanted to store this project, so to store this project, after giving the name, you need to click on this browse button. Click on the browse button. So I would like to store wherever you want to store. You can go to Windows C and create a new folder. You can say that SSRS project. SSRS project you can create, and you should be able to store this project there, or you can also store in anywhere. So I'm going to be storing in my data under demos. Okay, this is the folder I'm going to be using. I am selecting this folder. So this is the path in which I'm going to be storing my project. Clear? So you can choose, you can create a folder in C drive. So I have created, but I did not, I have created a project called SSRS project. So inside this also you can have it, but I have already created in D drive data. So data, there is a project called demos folder. I am storing all my SSIS and SSRS and all the projects here. So I wanted to use the same. Clear? Now click on OK. Creating a project is very, very simple. Now done. File new project. Now you choose reporting services. Okay. Now you choose the appropriate project. Then you need to give the project name, location. Then click on create or OK. Done. Now you will be able to get like this. Shared data sources, shared data sets, and reports. So this is what is called Solution Explorer. If you don't get this, if it is closed also, don't worry. We can go to View menu, get Solution Explorer. Clear? Even though you close this window, you can go to View menu, Solution Explorer. So this is where we can create a report. Right click on it, you say Add New Report. That's it. When you click on, it will get a wizard. Wizard means what I told you. You can create a simple reports, not very complex report. With the help of this window, click next, 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 finish. So it is very, very simple to create a SSRS report, but you have to get the data from elsewhere. Clear, guys? So that is what we discussed yesterday. So what are the things that we discussed yesterday? Okay. So yesterday I was talking about to get the data, you should have a data source. You should have a data set. Data set means writing a query, stored procedure, something like this. And after that, you need to have a data item or a data region. You can use these things, chart, table, KPIs, dashboard, whatever you wanted to create, you can create and get it done. So now I have created a project. Now I wanted to take a new report and create a data source, data set, data item or a data region, format the report, save and preview the report, and deploy the report to the web or cloud. Why? Because if you create a report, the report is in your laptop. But I wanted to give the report to my, business user. The business user means a CEO of the company, CEO of the company. Those people may be in London, Japan, America. They'll be in different time zones. Clear? So I cannot send the emails to them because I can send if I have only one email ID. If you have 10,000, 20,000 users and sending the reports on regular basis by me is difficult. What I do, I create a report and deploy the report to that company website. It will take 2 minutes to deploy, 2 minutes to create. It is very, very easy. Now I'll show you how to create one simple report with the help of SSRS. Now I go right click on this, add new report. So with the help of this wizard, I can create a simple report. Click next. Now I told you step number one, get data source. I told you data source is important. Where is the data? I'm going to use SQL Server and I'm saying what is the data source name? I'm going to be using SQL Server. Okay. I have a database called iBank database. So I have a table called account master table. So this is what I'm going to be using. So use iBank database. Okay. Now you should know SQL Server, at least minimum. Even though you don't know Cube, you don't know anything now, at least you should know bit of SQL Server so that you can create. Later, once the Cube is created, you will also know how to create a SSRS or Power BI reports with the Cube. Clear? Now I'm going to be using a table. The table is called account master table. Okay. So this is the one I'm going to be using. The table is called account master table. So this is a banking database. So whenever you open an account in the bank, you will have account ID, name of the customer, address of the customer, branch in which is opening or she is opening the account, and the product. Product means PAD, savings bank, loan account, fixed deposit, recurring deposit. These are the varieties of the products the bank is having. Then date of opening. When is that you have opened the account? Clear balance. So what is the balance in which each customer is having? And what is the unclear balance? And what is the status? Status means operational. It is inoperative or it is closed. Inoperative means if you don't do any transactions more than 1 year, more than 2 years, automatically your account will get suspended. It is called suspended or inoperative. You're asking the banker to close your account. This is what is called C, closed. Like that, I have some columns. This table I'm going to be using. Clear? So now I have taken a report. Now I wanted to use a data source. What is the data source I have? SQL Server is a data source, or you can go in for, any Oracle data source or NetEase, any RDBMS you can take it, or you can also use a Cube. I can say I'm going to be connecting to iBank source. Okay. Now that is the name. Now it is telling me what you wanted to connect it to. I told you, you can connect to SQL Server, you can connect it to Oracle, SAP, Teradata, then you have drivers, OLADB, ODBC, then you can connect to SharePoint, you can connect to Cube, analysis services Cube, create. So this could be tabular model cube or normal multi-dimensional cube. Any cube you can connect, okay? So now we can have Azure. Azure means what I told you. You can get the data from rental machines, right? So Azure and AWS means what? So rental machines. I told you one example, right? Instead of having your own car, instead of having your own car, we can get the car for rentals from Uber, right? We have Uber is supplying a lot of cars, right? You have to install the Uber application and get the cab immediately. What is that? It is a cloud based travels. So this is what is called a cloud technology. Cloud means instead of your buying a server, maintaining the server, installing the hardware, everything, you take the server from the rental from where? From Azure. Azure is a Uber. So you have Ola, you have Uber, lot of other things are available in the this one, right? If I buy a car, I need to have much more amount, right? Much more amount I need to have it. I need to have a driver. If something goes wrong tomorrow, I have to get it repaired from my own pocket. Clear? So tomorrow, what I do, I don't want to buy a car. I would like to take the car from rental. So that is what is called a cloud platform. You install uh, Uber application. With the help of that application, you are going to be booking a a, a cab. Clear? So that is how the cloud is going to work. Instead of you're having your own computer, everybody is taking the servers for rental. So this is what is called AWS. People are learning AWS. What is AWS? Amazon Web Services, where we can also have your databases there. You can also have your data over there. You can also go in for Azure. Azure means SQL Server, Microsoft Azure. You can also have Azure means Microsoft rental servers. Clear? You can also go in for Ola cab and book a cab. You can also go in for Uber, book a cab. So Azure means it is a cloud-based platform where you should be able to get a server for rental. Which server? You can buy, you can get any car, right? You can get BMW car, you can get a Honda car, Ford car, any car you can have in your Uber or Ola. Like that, if you go to Azure, you will get SQL server as a rental server. You can also get Oracle server as a rental server, right? Azure is a cloud-based platform which is going to provide, which is going to host your databases in their servers. Clear? So you need not buy a server. So there is no headache for you, right? Tomorrow insurance need not be paid for the car. You need not have a driver. Tomorrow your car met with an accident. You need not worry. Uber company will take care. You simply come out. If you're injured, you go to the hospital. Otherwise, if you're not injured, you don't have any problem. You don't have any risk. The risk is a transfer to whom? The risk is a transfer to Uber. So when you say SQL Azure or AWS or Google Cloud, what is the risk? Risk is if I'm maintaining own server, if I have own database, if there is a earthquake, the server is completely gone. So I need to have a backup server. I need to have a backup office. I need to have a backup in employees in India as well as in America. I need to maintain all people paying more and more money. It is a much risk to the companies. Now, what companies are doing? They are taking a lot of servers from Azure.com and AWS.com. So buying rental servers there. Clear? So this is what a layman understanding. So a lot of other things they are there. So this is how you need to understand if somebody says cloud platform means. Clear? So in the cloud, we can store the databases as a database. We can also store the data as a file system. So a lot of things are available. In Azure, we can also create a database. In Azure, we have also a lot of other concepts like data lake, data bricks, and data factory. Lot of things are available even in Azure as well. So we can store the data for a rental purpose. Clear? So that's what is Azure platform, which is not locally installed in your computer. This is my locally installed computer. So that I can use it. Local installed SQL Server. So I wanted to click on edit and give the server name. What is my server name? Locally installed SQL Server means I'm going to give a dot. Dot means locally installed SQL Server. But if you go to company, you cannot take the database or the local SQL Server. The company people will give you an IP address. So as soon as you join the company, you need to ask them, where is the data? Give me the server name. So they'll give you some server name. That server name you need to enter 192.0.1.10. Then inside that, what is the database I should choose? That is also you should ask. You cannot decide your own database. So they'll say, this is the database you should work. So that the manager will tell you once you got a project. Now your test connection is fine. Results succeeded. Now, okay. Now you are able to connect to data source. This is perfectly done. Then after that, what you do? You create a data set. For that purpose, I'm going to be going. Now click next. Now it is telling me query. Query means what? Query means a data set. I told you yesterday, right? What is a query? Query means what? Data set only. Now you go, you write a own query. So the query is already written. This is my query. Okay. It is getting all the data. Copy this query and ensure that it is working fine. Okay. You go, you copy this query. You should be able to go and paste it here. That's it. The second step is also over. Data set. Third step is this displaying. Okay. This is where it's called display. Display means, so now I go. I go here. Now the next step, I wanted to choose what kind of a display you wanted to have. I can have a matrix, I can have a tabular. Clear? So this kind of a report items I can have it, but unfortunately, I cannot create a chart, a table, KPI, matrix, lot of things I cannot do. Why? Because I told you very simple reports you can create with the help of a wizard. Clear? I told you, you cannot create a charts, visualizations, lot of things. So you never use a wizard. But anyhow, since we have used, let me use a tabular. Matrix is like this, tabular is like this. I would like to create a tabular report. So click next. Now it is telling me page, group, and header. So what details, what is that you wanted to have it? So let me remove all of them. Let me click and remove. So I wanted to have branch wise. So let me take the branch. So branch wise data is going to be displayed in my report. Okay. So this is what is called a branch. So within the branch, I want to have a product wise. Clear? For example, I can say country wise, state wise, state, province wise, right? So within that, I can go in for all the details, whatever you needed, you get all the columns like this. Clear? So if you don't need any grouping to be done, you can remove. If you don't need any grouping done, you can remove. If you don't need this column, you can remove. I don't need this column, you can remove. I can bring the column down. I can take the column up. So whatever you wanted to do, all these things. If you don't need this, remove. So like that you can have. So I wanted to remove some columns. I would like to go in for page-wise grouping. Then I would like to have account ID name. Then I would like to have a product ID and C balance and a date of opening. Remaining columns I don't need. Clear? So this is what I need. I need a grouping by branch ID. This is what is called page grouping. Now, so then remaining data is available. I can bring it down and take this up. Something like this I can do. And this is also done. So this is what is called display. Okay. I have taken a table. So table means rows and columns, right? So that's it. I have formatted. Now click next. Now you give the report name as some name, sales report. Very simple report you can create. Now table I have taken, connection to the iBank database, and these are the columns I have taken. This is my query. Click on finish. Now see, creating a report is very simple. Any 10th standard guy also can do that. Okay. So this is what is called your report. Now if you wanted to preview it, you can simply click on preview. You can see the complete data of the report. Okay. So creating SSRS reports maximum will take 10 classes and it is very, very easy. Now this is my report. It is not very cleaned report, no visualizations, no charts. So definitely people will not be happy about this kind of a report. So, but I wanted to at least make interesting, I would like to go to design. Now I would like to, take this. This is some report name. Let me go and have some font color or some background color to something like this, and let me format this report. This is a branch wise data, so I want to again have some color here. So this is what is called my table. My table is also, let me give some background color as this. Now I go, at least I'll be making it beautiful at least, otherwise people will say what is this nonsense you have created. Account id, I just increase the font, says table row width, and let me increase this. Let me have middle alignment and left alignment, and I can also increase this. These are different boxes automatically created, I did not do. Now at least some kind of a colors I have applied. Now I preview. Now, at least this data is quite good, and it is created branch BR1 data. Customers are this. Branch BR2 customers are this. Branch BR3 customers are this. Branch BR4 customers. So it is going to give me a branch wise data because we had put a grouping by branch. Clear? So I have total 9 customers are available. So I'm able to create a RDL file. So this is what is called sales report, and this is my report now. Clear? The end user, so they don't want to see the report. They will be downloading this report to Excel or Word or PDF. Okay, they can simply work on this, click on this. They can see the data in their own format. Now I go to design. So this is what is my RDL file. Have you seen? Now this is how the customer can see the data. If the customer wanted to download the report, now everything is coming. Now see the data, this data coming from here. You don't have, blue color, red color. You cannot do any kind of a designing in the SQL Server level. See now the report is having a beauty color, and I can create a header, footer, and all these things. This is what is called a, visualization means. You at least show the data neatly. Clear? I don't want to show the data in with the time and everything. I wanted to show only date because the time is also available here. The same time is also captured. I don't want to display a data in like this. Now you go back. Now I do some changes. You don't worry about all these things. You are going to be learning slowly. So just watch, what I'm doing. Text box properties. I go to the number. I say currency. So I say it's date. It is a date, right? I would like to have a date like this. Now let me save and preview. Now the dates are like this. Have you seen this? There is no time. I don't want to have four decimals. I wanted to have a currency symbol. There is no currency symbol here. Now database is not going to store your currency symbol, blah blah blah. It is going to be storing the numbers. But I want to show everything in a currency. Now you go back, you click on this, right click on this. Now you go to text box properties. Now you go to number, currency. Now I would like to have a 2 decimals, not the 4 decimals. I would like to choose the currency. What is the currency? So the currency is here. So you want to have English or in Spanish dollar, and you have Lavo, so lot of things are available. English United States, you have your own Korean symbol, Basque, lot of this one English, whatever you want to have fonts. Even you can have your own Indian currency symbols. Okay, so whatever be the symbol that you want to have, all these are called Indian symbols. I would like to use my country's language, Hindi, and I would like to say yes. Clear? Now whatever be the currency symbol that you wanted to use, you can have this. Now this is how. So all these things can be done in the reporting side because database is never going to have any symbols. You cannot have two decimals, four decimals. You cannot have color formats. Nothing can be implemented in your database. Database is going to be storing a raw data. If you want to show the data branch wise means you can create a report. Clear? So, but you can create a lot of charts, lot of reports can be defined with the help of SSRS. Now, the end user wanted to download the report to his, this one. For example, I choose PDF. My, sales report will get downloaded to my local computer desktop. So I download this one. So where is my PDF file? This is my PDF file. Now when I open, now I can open with the PDF. Now this is what is called my report. Now end of the day, the customer can see the report in PDFs. Now where is the data coming from? He does not know data is coming from SQL Server or maybe coming from Cube, maybe coming from data warehousing. He does not know, maybe coming from Oracle. He wanted to see the sales of this branch BR1 and individual customers like this. Clear? If you see carefully, one column is coming to next page. So this is completely bad. I wanted to have all columns in a single page. But when I downloaded, one column is going to separate page. So I wanted to adjust the design. So all these things you need to see. So I would like to simply adjust this, and I don't want to have the width is too big. And whenever I am converting, it is it is taking a lot of time, lot of pages that I don't want to have it. Now let me preview. Now I wanted to take one more PDF file. Let me create a new file. So all these things you need to verify clearly. Whenever you download, it has to be downloaded properly. This is what is called testing you're doing, whether my report is properly coming or not. So now every column is now in the second page. Now we don't have any problems in the second page. Now all the data continuously giving this column is also coming. So people would ask you what kind of a testing you do after creating a report. Now you tell them that I download the report to the PDF and check everything is properly appearing or not. Clear? Because tomorrow the customer is going to go to online. He would like to download a report. And some of the columns are in first page, some of the columns in the second page means he will hate your report. Immediately will complain. What is the bloody report you have people have created? It is not allowing me to download everything in a single page. Clear? So it's very, very important to the developer to create a report. Then you do the unit testing. Clear? So whether everything properly coming or not, you need to check very properly whether you have currency symbols properly there are not, the date formats are properly approved by customer or not. So however customer wanted to see the data, so it is there in the same manner or not, properly, colors are chosen or not, whatever. So customer will give you a lot of feedback. Based on that, you create a report, and the report you can make it online. How to make it online, we'll see later. But at least once you make it online, the customer will download the report to his machine. So whenever he downloads the machine, it has to be perfect. Clear? Now, customer also thinks that I wanted to download this report to Excel file. Okay, so you can choose and you can click on save button. Now we will see one Excel file here. This is Excel file. Double click on this. Now see now, it is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Each sheet is having each branch data. Okay, customer again unhappy. Customer is telling me, why sheet 9? Why can't you make it a BR9? Whatever the group here, the same group name can be here. And why sheet 1? Instead of a sheet 1, you say branch BR1 here. Why sheet 2? So customer again unhappy with these your reports. Customer is saying, whatever be the branch name here, the same name has to come as a sheet name. So all these things you need to verify. Clear? So I am not writing any code, automatically reports are getting developed. Reports are getting converted. All the data is getting dumped onto Excel sheet. I did not do anything. So it is because of SSRS. Without writing a not even single piece of code, We can create a beautiful reports. Now customer is not happy with your report. Whenever he is downloading the report is not coming properly. So I do small changes. You don't worry what are the changes I'm doing. You will learn all these things slowly. Clear? I go, this is my table data I'm saving. So there is a row groups. I go here and I'm doing something. Press F4 and I'm doing something. Don't worry what I'm doing. Okay? I'm doing something. You just ignore what I'm doing, but you see what will the effect. Okay? I have done something. So all these things you will be learning. So there is no change here. But let me download report to Excel. Okay? Now I wanted to say this is a new report, Excel report. Now I wanted to open this new report. Now you see what happens. Now it has become BR1, BR2. Now whatever be the name that is here, whatever be the name that is here. Now without creating a beautiful report you have created. Now people would ask you, I wanted to have a complete, grouping data in a single sheet. Okay. For example, I wanted to have American students data in this, Indian student data in this. What you do, you need to say grouping by country. So do you remember when we created a report, it is asking page-wise grouping. Do you remember? So we were able to get the page-wise grouping. So at the page level, we had put a branch ID. Because of that, whenever we export the data to Excel, it is going to be dumping the data sheet wise. Clear? So there is a learning point here. If you wanted to get the data sheet wise, you have to have a grouping. Okay, when you have a column in the grouping, automatically whenever you download the report to the local computer, it will create many sheets like that. Clear? I need male wise sheet and female wise sheet. So you need to create a gender wise grouping at the time of creating a report. Clear? So all these things you should know. This is what is called RDL file. RDL file is a XML file. Right click on this. Now we see the code. Now I told you, right? So this is what is called XML. You don't understand anything. You know, there is no data here. So lot of code automatically written. So total how many lines of code it has been written? Total code that you have written unknowingly is this much of a code. 681 lines of code you have written. How many lines of code you have written? 681 lines of code you have written. So if you create a .NET, if you use a .NET or Java, so much of code you need to write. Okay. And you should learn a .NET for 1 year, Java for 2 years. It is a too much, right? So now I did not know what is a Java, what is a .NET, but I can create a beautiful report. When I create a report, it is going to give me, a XML file. Clear? So what is XML? Extensible markup language. Don't worry about XML, but what does it contain? Let us see. People would ask you, RDL file. This is what is called RDL file, right? What does it contain? It contains something, right? So it contains what? It contains, your data source. So what is the server name? Okay. Now see what it contains. It contains a server name. Server name is dot. Database name is iBank. Now it contains data source data. It contains data set data. Data set means a query. This is the query you have written. Clear? So it will contain formatting data. Lot of data it contains. There is an interview question. What does compulsory question? What does RDL file contain? Okay. So RDL file is what? An XML file, right? So what does RDL file contain means? It contains data, source data, data set data, and body data. And you can say data items. Data items means whether you have used a chart or a table or a matrix. So what is that you have used in the report? Table, because we have used a table, or a matrix, or formatting data. What color you have applied, what currency you have applied. It is what is called this data, color data, okay, and currency symbols, right? What is the font size? Everything it will get there. Clear? People will ask you, what does RDL file contain? It contains data sources data. What source you have used? What query you have written? What colors you have used? What is the alignment you have given? That is formatting. What currency symbol you have used? What alignment you have given? How you have adjusted the report. So you never open this file. If you wanted to see, right click on this view code. Clear? So SSIS is also XML. SSRS is also XML. Even cube is also XML. Tabular cube is XML, and you have your multi-dimensional cube is also XML. So complete MSBI code will be written using XML. It is extensible markup language. We'll talk about XML one day. Clear? So as of now, you don't worry about XML. Looks like this. So this is how you're going to be seeing your report. Now this report I have created, it is available in my machine. Now I wanted to deploy this report to the company's website. So how can we do that? That we'll see later. That will also take 2 seconds to deploy it. It's very easy. Clear, guys? That's what is very important, guys. And we should be able to know all of them. Now, this is my data. 101 customer name is called Billen. I wanted to modify the name. Okay. So how to modify? We know set name is equivalent to, say, Biden. I would like to have the president name is the first customer, whereas the account ID is equivalent to 101. I'm modifying the data. Let me execute it. Now I'm modifying the data. Now it has become Biden. Now I go. Now it is billion. You refresh. Now it has become Biden. What is the meaning? Whenever you modify the data, automatically when you refresh, the fresh data is going to be available in your reporting server. So reports are not going to store the data always whenever you refresh. So it is going to be getting the data from there itself. For example, Biden, I'll again go back. I want to modify this as something else. Okay. So let's say I'm going to be giving some other name here. So the data is getting modified in this. Now automatically the reports also will get refreshed. When you refresh, this is refresh command. Automatically the data is getting modified. Clear? So reports are going to be getting always live data. It is not historical data live. So whenever the data is getting modified in the report means if you simply refresh, you will be able to get the data from there. So SSRS is not going to store data anywhere or even Power BI or any reporting tool. It does not store the data separately. It goes and gets the data with the help of a data source and a data set. So this is what you need to understand. I will give you this database to you guys, okay? So you should be able to, restore this. So how to restore, I'll tell you. I'll give you this iBank database. Okay, I will be giving this file. Okay, so I have iBank. Where is iBank? This is the database backup I'll give you today. I'll let me keep it in my SSRS. Okay, so I'll be giving this. I'll send the link. Now this one you supposed to load in your SQL server. Okay, so how to do that? So that steps I'll tell you because already it is there, but you people will not have that, right? So you need to first get this, you need to download this database from OneDrive to somewhere. For example, I will be downloading to my D drive or C drive. Somewhere I'm going to be downloading this file first. Okay. So now the file is available here. Now you need to download from and keep somewhere. Now go to SQL Server. Okay. Now you right click on this, you say restore database. Okay. So you will get again a window. So what to do? You go to connect to SQL Server. Now right click on databases, you say restore database. Now choose device. Choose what? Device. Now click on dot dot dot. So whatever I am doing, so choose device, click on dot dot dot. Okay. Now you need to click on this. Now again you need to click on add. So this is the one you need to click on. Clear? You need to click on add. So now where is your data, your file? You go up. When you go up, you collapse it. So your file is available. Now click on the C drive. Now your file is available here. Clear? Now choose the file. Now click on OK. Now click on OK. Now click on OK. That's it. Okay. When you click on OK, automatically you will get nothing to worry. It's very, very simple to attach the database. If you get any kind of an error, you go to options, you say overwriting and click on OK. Clear? So this is how you should be able to, do it, because I have already, done the restore. I am not doing it. Once again, let me tell the steps. Clear? Right click on this, go to restore database, choose device, choose dot dot dot, click on add, you go up and collapse it, click on C drive, Many people will not click on the C drive. They'll come to me, sir, I have collapsed it. I'm not seeing anything. You click on. You will be able to see iBank database. Now click on OK. Now click on OK. Now make sure that it is selected. Now click on OK. If you get any error, you click on options. You say overwrite existing file. You can go back like this and you can come back like this. You can click on OK. So everything will get, restored, right? So you will be able to see this kind of a database in your computer. Clear, guys? So that is how you can restore. And I am also giving one more database called AdventureWorks. Okay, I will also give you. You do the same restoration steps. So I will give you one more database. So that is called AdventureWorks. Clear? So this database also I'm going to copy and I will send these two links today. You download them, you do the restoration. If you get any kind of an issue, you have my WhatsApp number, right? You can ping me, or tomorrow when you come to the class, prior to the class or after the class, you can show me your screen. I can help you to restore, or you can also call my team. So they will be able to help you. Clear, guys? So these are the things we discussed. We'll see how to deploy it to the online. That we'll see in the later classes. Clear? So guys, any questions? So how to create a simple report? So any non-technical guy also can create a report. Clear, guys? So this is what is the first report we have created. We'll see some more reports from tomorrow. Any questions, guys? You should know SQL Server. You should know Cube. You should know data warehousing concept. You should know each and everything, guys. Okay?
Bhaskar sir, I got
Learning
one
only
quick
Power
question.
BI is useless. Learning only reporting is useless. You tell me.
Yeah, but we just create the matrix format, right?
No, tabular. What is
Oh,
the
sorry,
matrix?
sorry.
We'll see them later.
Oh, okay, okay. I did it. I did it.
Excellent.
I did it. Whatever you tell, I did it, and everything is, it's kind of. I'm really excited. This is really fun.
Very good.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Any other questions, guys?